Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome to Dad's Expensive Hobby.
What's up?
Today, we are taking a look at the Marvel Legends Deadpool and Wolverine. This is from that newest wave of movie figures that just recently came out. I know I've kind of sworn off Marvel Legends, but I bought this kind of on an impulse at Walmart earlier today. You know, don't judge me or whatever, but let's take a look at it. I was not the biggest fan there, fall before last, whenever the original three in that wave came out. And surprise, I'm not the biggest fan of this one. I kind of bought it just out of curiosity, but let's just get started because there is some stuff to talk about. Now, these Deadpool and Wolverine Marvel Legends packages are pretty decent. I kind of like them. Nice window right here. Says Wolverine and, some sort of little art right there. Deadpool and Wolverine there. It's got some more window there on the side, which I like. A very nice image of the figure right here. Doesn't look anything... let me rephrase. It's way, way, way better looking than the actual figure is. Surprise, surprise. And on the back, it's got that same image again. And it says some stuff right there about Wolverine if you want to pause the video and read it. So not bad packaging, but let's dig into Wolverine here and see how he looks. To the top of his pointy ear things, he is right at 6.5 inches, and down to the hairline is more like 6.25. This is supposed to be Hugh Jackman, so I don't have a problem with the height. And the entire height up to the top of the ear thing is about 16.5 centimeters. Here he is with a boxer's Deadpool. I don't have the movie Deadpool anymore, already sold it off, but that job's about right. Here he is with Maximum Spider-Man, and that doesn't look too bad. I think Hugh Jackman would be taller than a Spider-Man, and just because I love it, here he is with the Storm Arena Ryu, and I love it to death. Now, let's talk about his aesthetic really quick, because the last Wolverine, in this yellow suit that Marvel Legends did for the movie, didn't look very good. And quite honestly, this one doesn't, at least to me, really anyway. It's very similar body. I, in some ways wish I still had the other one to compare them.
You sure about that?
But I don't, because I didn't want to keep it in my house. But this one's still got those freaking hips that a lot of people bitched about, including myself, from the first one. The hips are still there, so that kind of sucks. Very just straight up and down body, not very athletic or anything looking, from just the torso of the body down into the thighs. No muscularity or athleticness looking in the legs. He's got the dad bod butt right there, very, very flat.
Surprise.
Take that for what you will. No wide back or anything. This is supposed to be Hugh Jackman. He is kind of jacked. He's not huge, but he's jacked and cut and stuff. The arms don't look too bad. I don't think that these are reused. I think this is a new sculpt, and they look pretty good. The head sculpts, they look pretty decent as well. I would buy that as Hugh Jackman in the cowl. Maybe the paint for like the little beard stubble or whatever could be a little bit better done, but it's not too bad. Paint everywhere else as far as the suit part. We'll talk about the shading here in just a minute. But the paint everywhere else, as far as like on the boots and the gloves and gauntlets and stuff, looks pretty decent. That's not too bad. Now let's touch on what this stuff is supposed to be. I know that this is supposed to be from towards the end of the movie, where he's been through a lot of crap, a lot of fighting, and he's dirty and all that stuff, and bullet holes and stab holes or whatever. But that's not what this looks like. This looks like he's just got oil or something all over him. He looks more like he spent the day working at an auto shop and he's just a mechanic. And that's why I just don't like it, because it's not very uniform. It doesn't work for the entire figure. The arms aren't dirty. It's just the main part of the body. Like, if he was going to be, he'd be dirty everywhere. Yes, he instantly heals, so he would be healed from any kind of wounds, gunshots, all that type of stabs, cuts, all that good stuff, which we'll cover something else here in a second. But this just looks like it's oil all over him. I know some of the round spots are supposed to be like bullet holes, but that's not what I'm getting. I'm just getting a dirty uniform, and it's not even done well. It's not even on the sides of the figure. It's definitely not on the back. They didn't care enough to do, anything for us on the back. But that's, Hasbro for us. But the arms aren't dirty either. So that I have an issue with it. It just doesn't look like battle damage. It just looks dirty. Second, why are the cuts on his arms bleeding? Wouldn't he, like, he heals instantly. He wouldn't be actively bleeding from a wound. So I think that, personally, I think that's a swing and a miss. That could be semantics, and somebody could try and argue the physics or the biology of it with me. Feel free to do that down in the comments. But I personally, I think that was stupid. They should have done something more, and they didn't. But that's really all I've got for his aesthetic. The figure itself isn't horrible looking. It just doesn't look good. I don't know. Now, for accessories, he doesn't come with much at all, but Wolverine figures rarely do, even though Marvel Legends likes to keep hiking their prices up, but that's for a separate video. He does come with 2 different head sculpts. He comes with this teeth gritting face right here on him in the package, and other than the paint on the bearded area needs to be done a little bit better, it's not a bad head sculpt. The expression they caught, it kind of looks like he's trying to poop more than anything else, but I hope that he gets it all out. Second, he gets just a serious stoic face. Really not that good, not much Hugh Jackman kind of likeness there, but it's not done horribly. I'm not going to freak out about it. And he comes with, of course, with 4 hands. He gets the 2 claw hands right here, that these new claws that they've been using look pretty darn good. I like that. And he gets 2 more little hands here. He gets 1 fist hand. I personally think every action figure should have 2 fist hands, period. If they fight at all, which he does, they need 2 fist hands in my opinion, but he only gets 1 because why? Fuck us, that's why. And he gets a gripping hand for a weapon that he doesn't come with. Why does Wolverine have a gripping hand for a weapon he doesn't come with? Could not tell you, because again, why? Because fuck us, that's why. But other than that, his accessories really kind of suck. Now, for articulation, he moves, honestly, a little bit better than the other one, because the other one had those weird shoulder pad things on there that was messing with his shoulders, but we'll cover that more here in a minute. Now, he does not have a neck joint, even though that is a separate piece from this torso piece here, so there's no reason why he doesn't have a neck joint, but he doesn't. But the head will move around and wiggle a little bit. They tried to put it on a double ball peg, and they executed it horribly. Yes, they gave it a nice big ball, very short peg, and it's down in there with not very much at all room to move around in the neck, so they basically just stuck his head more or less on a ball peg, and you get the kind of articulation that you would get from just a ball peg where it just kind of wiggles around, and that's unfortunate. I'd almost rather have seen them do that stupid disc hinge that they did. It would have gotten a little bit more movement out of that than the way they did that double ball peg. But shoulders are a slight improvement from the last one. Definitely above 90 degrees. The other one could not do that to save its life. He can do a full 360 now because of that. But the butterfly is worse. It is almost non-existent as far as use. It doesn't really do much at all. It will allow you to move the shoulder back and forth, but you're not coming across the body, and you're not taking the arm back either. So, that's disappointing. You can't really do shit with it. Bicep swivel. The bicep swivel's very gummy plastic, like that same plastic they've been using. I feel like if I just pulled on that just a little bit, I would pull the friggin' arm off, and that sucks. Double jointed elbow. Tons of range. Doesn't look great, but not the worst elbow we've ever seen. That insert molded kind of faceted look to the elbows just doesn't look good. Wrists or hands, or however you want to look at it, are a hinge, and they move like that, and you do get your rotation where the little thing plugs down into the arm. The abdomen, he's got the ab crunch, so he'll crunch forward really good on there, but you get that right there.
I broke my back.
And that looks like teetotal crap. When you lean him back, yeah, he'll lean back on it, but then you get that. And that looks like teetotal crap. He has a waist swivel, which I don't really like waist swivels. Why Marvel Legends won't do a ball peg, couldn't tell you, but they won't. Waist swivels do not look very, very good. The belt is not floaty. It feels like it's just attached to the upper part of the body. When it turns, it's just stuck with this part up here. Hips, the beautiful birthing hips. You'll get that. It's past 45 degrees. It's a Wolverine. I'm not going to freak out, but there's still no reason why he couldn't do a full-on split. Front kicks, not bad. Up to the waist. I'll take that. That's not too terrible. His grandfather booty back here is made out of hard material, so that leg will not kick back. He does have a thigh swivel that's hidden. Fairly decent with the way they did the pattern on the pants, so that's not bad. Double jointed knee. Tons of range. The proportions are pretty good. That knee doesn't look fantastic, but it's not the worst thing I've ever seen. No boot swivel. He does have a hinge at the ankle, and the foot will go all the way down. It'll come up pretty decently. Severe ankle rocker. That looks kind of painful, actually. Got a peg hole in the bottom of the foot, and no toe hinge. So his articulation, I mean, it's on par with Marvel Legends. Nothing crazy, but this one actually moves a little bit better than the other version just because of the shoulders. Okay, final thoughts on the newest Wolverine figure from the Deadpool and Wolverine wave. It's not great. It's Marvel Legends. You all know my thoughts on Marvel Legends. They're not great, and they have potential, but they rarely give us anything worth a crap. Is it a little bit better than the first one that they did? Yeah, this is a little bit better of a figure. It's still not great. I still don't really like it. If you're into this and you need this, I know the hardcore Marvel Legends guys, you're going to buy them pretty much regardless of what me or anybody else says. I'll give it a C+. It's a little bit above average because the shoulders are better, and I do like the claws and stuff like that. Buy it if you want to. Anyways, that is all I've got for him. Like, subscribe, comment, all that good stuff. And this has been Dad with Dad's Expensive Hobby. And I'll talk to you all in the next video.